Hello guys, welcome back to Jhex Graphics. So today I'm gonna show you guys how to design a product package design. So the first thing to do is to change the size of your design to for this tutorial we'll be making use of 1255 by 2150. So just edit this to 2150. Sorry. So guys, let's rule our margin and change our background color. So click on color here and then change your background color to white. So after this, you have to give a space by the edges of by the borders of our cover. So I'm just eliminating this to get the space. So edit this to 5 points, and then, or let's make it 10 points. Use 10 points for this. So when I did this now to 10, giving a space of 10 by the borders at the left and at the right hand side. Then give a space of 10 to the other side. And then to this one, let's give a space of 5. And then to the other one below, 10. Alright. So guys, now all we do now is to design the logo of our company, of the company. So let's make use of this circle shape. Click on shapes and this, then reduce the opacity of the shape to 0 and then increase the stroke to around 3 or 5 or 6. And then position it above. So let's position this at the center. To make it at the center, click on relative position and click the middle icon to make it at the center. And then next thing to do is to import our Apple PNG. So import and reduce the size using relative position. And then put it at the center of the circle stroke. So make sure the apple is at the center. So reduce it and increase to position it at the center. Alright, so guys, next thing to do now is to change the color of our circle. So I'm gonna change this color now to the color of the app. So click on this plus icon here, and then click on this, and then select the app one, and choose the light color. Sorry, go to the stroke since this is the stroke. Then go to this and do the same procedure. Choose the light color. As you can see, our color is changed already. So the next thing to do now is to click on shapes and use the circle shape to use the use the square shape now, and then position it at the center of the circle, in between the center of the apple and the circle, the stroke circle. And so now to get the color for this, we need to follow the same procedure. Click on the plus icon. After positioning it at the center, click on the plus icon too. And then here, and then select the darker part of the apple. So as you can see, I'm making use of the apple colors, so I'll make my design to rhyme up to my face and everything, all the colors. The next thing to do now is to increase this, since this is a little bit small. So let's increase it to make it bigger, and then position it at the center of the circle. So what you do, make sure you align them at the center and make sure everything's at the center. So the next thing to do now after this is to write in your company's name. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm making use of sausage as the company's name. So after positioning this, you head to your test icon, and then your test icon here. Okay, let's enable the stroke and then selecting that same light color, and then using the text icon, write your company's name. So for the secretary, I'm using Source Pro as the company's name. So writing your text and position it at the center of the already made square. So let's change the color. Let's change. So guys, links on how where you can get this these fonts will be on the description. So all the fonts and all the files I use for this video will be on the description. So when you're done watching, just head to the description and get those files. So now let's change the color to the alright, so let's position this at the center of the rectangle. So after doing this, you just change the color to that same color we made already, we got it from the app. Alright, then reduce and increase in order to make it fit the rectangle shape, using the position and relative size icon. So guys, after this, the next thing to do now is to write our text, our Apple text. So click on the text icon and then write Apple juice, and then change the color to change the font and the color. So to change the font, click on the AB icon and then change it to another font. So I'll be using Cinderella font for this tutorial. So click on my fonts and use the font. So after this, click on paddling to bring out all the edges of the font, and then position it at the center of the map. So the next thing now is to change our color now to. Alright, before that, let's import our Apple PNG, another Apple PNG that we're going to use for this design. So click on this and then import to import the PNG photo. So now reduce it and then position it at the center of the design. And then now from here we also pick another color for the apple juice. So I want all my colors to rhyme and be unique. That's why I'm making use of the image colors. So now to do this, click on the apple juice and then color, then the plus icon, and then this, then select the pink apple color. So that's it. The next thing to do now is to write in our slogan for the product package. So type in your slogan and then cinnamon toasty or cinnamon toast fruit juice, apple juice. Anyhow you want to, just type a slogan. So reduce it and place it at the center. So place it at the center of the design. So click on this middle icon to place it at the center. Next thing to do now is to change the color and then design our rectangle border across it. So for the color, make use of this already made color, and then use the shape tool to make the border around the text. So that plus icon above is used to zoom in your design to see it clearer. So reduce opacity to 0 and then increase the stroke opacity to 2 or 3, and then change the color of the stroke. So position this to make it aligned with the text, to make the text at the center of the square. So position it so you can get an aligned design, both the rectangle stroke and the text. So we change the stroke color now to this, and then make it a little bit darker, by pressing the plus icon and then reducing this a bit. So you can now zoom out. Alright, so guys, let's enable shadow for this Apple image. So click on this and then change the color to pink using the color tools. Change to pink and then use the blur radius and the Y offset a bit below. So bring the Y offset down to make it better. So guys, next thing to do now is to activate this icon, the grid icon, and then import our shape, and then make sure this shape is aligned with the grid. So make sure the shape touches the inner grid. It shouldn't cross. So when you activate this grid, it works like this. So and then you move it to the back by clicking to the back icon. And then the next thing to do now is to type in our network, the product network. So for the case of this tray, I'll make it of 3.25, which is equivalent to 92 gram. And then OZ as the unit, and then 92 gram in brackets. Gram in brackets. So we bring it down and then change the font and make sure the stuff is aligned with the design. Put it as center of the design. So one thing you shouldn't forget as a designer is the principle of alignment. So make sure all your designs is aligned horizontally and vertically. And then the borders is very important while printing. In the case of also the necessary and useful part to be print out, so you need to give space at the borders. Give space at the borders, at the top, and at all the borders. Give space of 3 mm or 6 mm, so it can be printable without affecting your designs. So after changing the color of this, alright guys, for opposite, if you are new to my channel and you haven't subscribed, or you just getting to know this channel, subscribe and hit the notification icon so you can get notified and updated whenever I release a new video. So guys, what I did now was just to change the background color. The initial background color we use as white. I just changed this and that color to a milky color. So you just need to use the plus icon and then reduce and increase to get this kind of color. So guys, next thing to do now is to import our background. So I'm using an Apple background for this. So import the background. I'll be using this background. So click on the 9:16 size and then use the relative action to make it equal with your design. And now you can move it to the back by clicking to the back icon. So this is the design. So the next thing to do now is to add shadow to the upper rectangle. So you can reduce the blur radius of the rectangle to 0. And then from this you can save, unless you want to add other things, you can just save this. And then we'll head on to the next tutorial. So the next thing to do now is to head to your Photopea app. So enable your data for the first time and then click on the app, and then whenever it loads you can then disable the data. So after the app loads you can just disable the data if you want, or just leave it on. So the data is no longer needed after the app is enabled. So click on files and then open to import the PSD file that we are going to use as the mockup. So choose the location where the file is stored and then import it. Import the .psd format. Don't import the JPEG format, import the .psd format so you can show you the layers and the editable files. So let's wait while this loads. I think my so import this and then you can update the data and just leave it on. So let's wait while it loads. So most of the times, usually takes some time, and some of the times it's quick and it's fast. So just wait until it loads before we continue the next step. Okay, now click on layers, the 3 document icon by the right side. So click on them and then click on the edition. You can see the layers left side and the right side. So click on any of them and then double click on the rectangle. Double click on the square before the link icon. So double click on them to place your logo. So after double clicking, wait while it loads the area where you can place your design. So we're still waiting for the stuff to load, and like I said earlier, most of the times it's usually fast and sometimes it's slow. So just wait while it loads. After you can also double click again to make sure you click the right part. The first square under the left back layer to double click on it and then wait. As you can see, it has loaded. So now you just need to hide it by clicking the eye icon and then click on the layer icon again to exit this, and then head to file, open and place to import your already made design. So as you can see, import it and then wait while it loads your file. So after it's loaded, just click on file again and then save as smart objects. Alright, so now click on the 56394 icon to display your design on the mockup. So click on the 5639 icon. Just click once and wait while it loads them. So as you can see, it has loaded. So this same procedure goes for the right back. So do the same thing. Double click on the first square under the right back layer. So after double clicking on that, you have to wait until it loads. Once it loads, you follow the same procedure by clicking on file, open and place, and import your second design or that same design. So for now, I'll just leave you to follow the procedure, and then we'll continue the next step. So guys, after this, the next thing to do now is to click on file to save your project. So export as PNG or JPEG. You can use PNG for higher quality. You can just use um, JPEG if you want. You can use anyone, PNG or JPEG. But PNG gives a higher quality of the design. So you just have to wait until it brings out the save layers, and then you save, and that's it. So from here, just click on save, and then to download even without your data being on. As you can see, it's downloaded already, and your package mockup is ready. Thanks for watching.